Hi everyone, I'm Navila Zaman and today we are going to be learning simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations mean when we solve two equations simultaneously or we solve them side by side. Normally we have seen equations like 5x minus 12 is equal to 13. We can see that 5x is equal to, when minus 12 changes side, it is 13 plus 12. 5x is equal to 13 plus 12 equals to 25, and then x is equal to, we divide 25 by 5 since 5 multiplies x. Then we can see that x equals to 5. We can see that it is very easy to solve equations which have one variable, which is x in this case. Now let's see an example of a simultaneous equation. This is an example of a simultaneous equation. We can solve simultaneous equations in two ways, which is, first is substitution, which is by the substitution method, and by the elimination method. What happens in the substitution method is that, for example, this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. From equation 1, what we do is we make either x or either y the subject of the equation. In this case, it is easier for us to make y the subject instead of making x the subject, since x has a coefficient which is 3. Let's take y as a subject, or let's make y the subject of this equation. Then y is equal to 10 minus 3x. We get this equation, which is our third equation. Let's substitute this third equation into our second equation. If we do this, x minus y is equal to 2. But what we can see from our third equation is that y can be written as x minus 10 minus 3x is equal to 2. What I have done is that I have taken this equation which I have got from the first equation and substituted it into the second equation. Then we have got our final equation, which we can solve easily to get the value of x. X minus 10, then minus minus equals plus, plus 3x is equal to 2, 4x is equal to 2, plus 10, since it's minus 10 in this side of the equation, x is equal to 12 divided by 4, which is equal to 3. So we have got x is equal to 3. Now what do we do is, since we have got this solution that x is equal to 3, we either substitute this value into this equation or we can do it in this equation. If we want to take this equation, let's see, x minus y is equal to 2. We know that x is equal to 3 since we have already solved for it. Then 3 minus y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 3 minus 2. I have taken this y, placed it here, and taken this 2 and placed it here. Then is equal to 1. We get the solution y is equal to 1. These two are the solution of our simultaneous equation. If you want, you can place it in either of the equation. Let's take this equation. 3x plus y is equal to 10. 3, we know that the value of x is 3, plus we know the value of y, which is 1, is equal to 10. We can see 3 is a 9, plus 1 is equal to 10, 10 equal to 10, which means our solution is correct. Just like its name, in elimination method, we try to eliminate one of the variable. That is, we either eliminate x from both of the equations or we eliminate y from both of the equations. To eliminate, we have to make sure that the variables have the same coefficient. For example, in this case, it is plus y. In this case, it is plus y and it is minus y. We can easily see that y minus y is of course equal to 0. So in this case, we do not have to change the coefficient, neither do we have to change the sign of the variables. In this case, it is very easy for us to do the calculations. What we do is, we draw a line, and in this case, the coefficient of these variables are the same, that is 1y minus 1y. We do not write y, so it is 0. In this case, we can easily cut them down because y minus y is of course equal to 0. Now there is a plus in front of this x. So 3x plus x is equal to 4x is equal to 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. So we can see that the value of x comes as 3. What we can do is we can take this value and we can substitute in either the first equation or the second equation, just how we have done in the substitution method. Let's take this or this, whatever you want. 3x plus y is equal to 10. 3, we know the value of x is 3, plus y is equal to 10. Then y is equal to 10. 3 into 3 is 9, that is minus 9 is equal to 1. So we have got x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1 to be the solution of this equation. Now this is our second set of simultaneous equation. So let's try solving this by the substitution method first. Let's take this equation to be our first equation. Let's take this equation to be our second equation. From the first equation, 3x minus 2y is equal to 0. From the second equation, it is 2x plus y is equal to 7. In this case, it is easier for us to make y the subject of this equation. Why is it that? It is because y does not have any number in front of it. Y does not have any coefficient. So we can take y is equal to 7 minus 2x. So very easily, we have made y the subject of this equation, which is our third equation. We can take this third equation and substitute it into our first equation. 3x minus 2, we know the value of y in terms of x is 7 minus 2x is equal to 10. 3x plus minus is minus, 14 minus minus is plus, 2 2s of 4x is equal to 0. Now 3x plus 4x is equal to 7x. So 7x is equal to, when minus 14 goes to that side, it is plus 14. X is equal to 14 divided by 7 is equal to 2. We have got one part of our solution, that is x is equal to 2. We can take the value of x and substitute in either in the first equation or the second equation or the third equation. Let's take the third equation because y is already the subject. So y is equal to 7 minus 2. We know the value of x is 2. Then 7 minus 2 2s of 4 is equal to 3. So y is equal to 3. These two are the solution of this simultaneous equations. Now let's solve the same set of simultaneous equation in the elimination method as well. You can solve this in any method that you want to. If the substitution method is easy for you, then go for it. If the elimination method is easier for you, then go for it as well. To solve a set of equation in the elimination method, we have to make sure that the coefficients in front of the variable are the same. For example, in this case, if we take 3x and 2x as an example, 3x plus 2x is equal to 5x. we do not cancel the x, we do not cancel the variable. If we take this for an example, minus 2y plus y is equal to minus y. We cannot cancel it. So what we have to do is we have to make the coefficients the same at first, and then we have to change their signs as well. So in this case, if we multiply this entire equation by 2, we can see that 2 into 2 is 4x plus 2 into 1, there is an imaginary 1, 2 into 1 is 2y is equal to 14. 7 into 2 is 14. Remember that multiplying an entire equation by the same number does not change the value of the equation. It does not change our solution. We will get the same solution that we got by using the substitution method. So we have multiplied this entire equation by 2 just so the value of the number in front of y, so that the coefficient of y is the same as our first equation. Then this comes as our third equation. Let's take it. Then we place the first equation below it. 3x minus 2y is equal to 0. Now we can see that the coefficient of y are the same as well as the sign before the numbers are the same. So 2y minus 2y is of course to 0. So we can cancel the variable. Let's cancel them. Then there is a plus sign here. 4x plus 3x is 7x is equal to 14 plus 0 is 14. Then we get x is equal to 2. Just how we got by using the substitution method. Let's take this value of x and place it in either the first equation or the second equation to get the value of y. 2x plus y is equal to 7. Then 2 plus y is equal to 7. Y is equal to 7. 2 2s are 4 minus 4 is equal to 3. So we get y is equal to 3 as the second part of our solution. Now this is our third set of simultaneous equation. Now you know how to do the substitution method is the same. You just make n or m the subject of one equation, then you substitute it by taking that value into the other equation. So now I'm just going to show how to solve these equations or this set of simultaneous equation in the elimination method. To solve this in the elimination method, we have to make the coefficient of either m or n, in this case the same. So we can solve this in one way. We can either multiply this entire equation by 5 so that minus n becomes minus 5n, so that we can easily cross out n. But I want to show how to solve if the coefficients are like 3 and 2. There isn't any way that you can multiply 2 with any number to make it a 3, right? So in this case, you have to multiply both the equations by the coefficient of the other equation. Let's take an example. In this case, you multiply the first equation by 2, since 2 is the coefficient of the first variable, and you multiply this entire equation with 3 because 3 is the coefficient of the first variable. So when we multiply this entire equation by 2, 3 2s is 6m minus 2m is equal to 10. 5 2s are 10. When we multiply this entire equation by 3, it comes as 6m plus 3 5s are 15n is equal to 21. 3 7s are 21. So what we can see is now that the coefficient of m in this case is equal. But what isn't equal is the signs. What happens when we don't change the signs? 6m plus 6m is equal to 12m. We do not cancel it. We do not cancel a variable. So what we have to do is we have to change the signs. Remember just how we can multiply an entire equation by a number and it does not change the value. Changing the signs of all the variables or all the terms in an equation does not change the value of the solution. So in this case, I am changing all the plus to be minuses. So 6m minus 6m is equal to 0. So we can cut this out. Minus 2n plus minus is minus. Minus 15n is equal to minus 17n. Minus 17n is equal to 10 minus 10 minus 21 is equal to minus 11. Minus 11. N is equal to minus 11 by minus 17. We cut this out. N is equal to 11 by 17. What we can do is we can take this set of the solution n is equal to 11 by 17 and place it in any of the equation, either in the first equation or the second equation. Now I am taking the first equation. 3m minus n is equal to 5. 3m is equal to, we know the value of n to be 11 by 17. So 5 plus 11 by 17, I have shifted the sides. Then m is equal to 5 by 11 is equal to divided by 17 divided by 3 is equal to 32 by 17, or you can write it 1 whole 15. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope that it was helpful to you. If you have any suggestions for any upcoming videos, you can comment down below, as well as like this video if this was helpful. Thank you.